On today's episode of Now What Did You Buy, I'm going to go over this Harbor Freight tire changer that I purchased for $39. I had ordered some tires from my trailer. I wanted to get them changed, but I also wanted to clean up the rims and sand them and try to paint them before I put the tires back on. So I really didn't want to go to the tire place, have the old tires removed, and then bring the rims back and do all that and then take them back to have the new tires put on. So I figured my best bet was to just try to do them myself. So I tried to do the first one without the tire changer and it didn't work out so well. First of all, those tires have been on the rims for a long time, so the beads were like stuck together. Someone had put Fix-A-Flat in them a few times, so they were just like all glued together. I even tried to use the bucket of the tractor to break the bead down, and it wasn't easy. So I decided, I looked online. I found this at Harbor Freight. They had it in stock. It was $39. So I said, you know, 40 bucks, why not? I went down, picked it up. Was pretty much fully assembled except for the base plates. So I bolted those together. Tried to use it without lagging it down. Didn't work out. I had to bolt it to the floor. Once I got it bolted to the floor, it seemed to work okay. I still struggled getting the beads broken because they were so rusted together. But I was able to get it done with this tool. Once I did that, I cleaned up the rims. I painted them white. And they're not perfect, but they look much better. Then I went ahead and mounted the new tires. So down here is what you use to break the bead. So you just lay the tire down. It kind of sits against this so it can't push away. You line this up on the edge, and then you just push down on it. One of the tires seemed like it was fairly new, and it broke. You know, it broke really easy with this tool. The other three they had been rusted and glued and everything else. So I was able to get it done with this, but it wasn't as easy as I was hoping it would be. This part here is adjustable for different tire sizes. I did try moving it around when I was doing my tire and found the first hole was working the best. It also has a height adjustment here, which I did lower to the bottom one, and that helped me a lot for the tires I was doing. This here, it's a little bit, you know, when you try to get the tire on there, if you miss, then you got to kind of hold the tire up and line this up with your fingers. But you know, for $40, I guess you can't complain too much. Once you have the beads broke down, you just unscrew this piece here, pull it off, take this little star thing. You lay the tire up on here, making sure that this goes through one of the lug nut holes. You drop this back on, you tighten this down. Comes with a pretty good sized bar, pretty solid. You get it under the tire, and then you just walk it around, and it pulls it right off the rim. Putting it back on was a little bit different. Couldn't quite figure out how to use this end here. I tried it both ways, and both times it seemed to want to just slip out. So all I did was I moved over where I would pry it on, move a little more, pry it on. It worked out well for the trailer tires I had. I imagine if you had, you know, a real heavy sidewall, might be a little bit more difficult. So yeah, that's for $40. You know, it works well. You know, if you got to do lawnmower tires, or if you have a small farm and you're constantly having to change tires, yeah, I think it'd be a good purchase. If you have the means to do some modifications to it, you might want to do some modifications. One of the things I'm going to do is on the base. There's 3 different pieces, and I don't know if you can see on camera, but already just from prying on it, it kind of bent this plate here. So what I plan to do is straighten it out, and I'm going to weld the base all together so it's one complete unit. Kind of hold it straighter, and then I may take it down in the cellar and lag it to the concrete to make it a little bit more rigid. But all in all, I don't know how they can make them and ship them over here and only sell them for $39, but to me, I think it was a good buy, a good purchase, not too heavy to move around. So if you have any questions or comments, like and subscribe. I'll try to answer them. Hopefully I'll be changing some other tires soon. I can do a short video on how to change them. These are the tires I purchased. They're Carlisle. Bought them on Walmart.com. They're 15-inch. I got them for 70 bucks a piece, which I thought was a pretty good deal. They came in a few days. No issues there. So far so good. They seem to be holding air okay, even though the rims were in pretty rough shape. So we'll see how it goes.